Hello everybody, welcome to another Rex Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Masters of the Universe Chronicles figure, King Grayskull. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to take a look at him in packaging. Then I'm going to take a look at the figure and its accessories. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts on him. Just remember, if you do like this video, go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe. So without any further ado, roll that intro. Here he is in packaging. I'm loving the artwork and the box art for this. So you have Masters of the Universe Chronicles. You have King Grayskull here with his sword up in the air, the axe up in the air, and lightning around him. To me, this kind of looks like an old Manowar cover, the metal band Manowar, just by the way how he's posed on top of the gray skull and everything. Looks very Manowarish, especially with like the red and the black behind him. So I do like that. I don't know if whoever designed this was a Manowar fan or not, but definitely has that old school Manowar look to it. And then you come down, so you have his cat here, and you see all the snake men around him and what have you. King Grayskull, deluxe articulation, all right. And over in this corner here, while we got it, you got your age restriction and Mattel. Come around here. You get this very Frank Frazetta-ish picture of him. I like that very much. That looks really cool. I love the art to it. Masters of the Universe. All right, come around here. You have the figure. You have a couple poses. Grayskull behind him. His name. A little bit about him. Mattel, Masters of the Universe. All right. See here, this is the rest of that wraparound, so you can see King Hiss right here. Pterodactyl type flying thing. Because remember, this is back in the past, and when they were going to do this line, they were going to have like dinosaurs and stuff like that in it. So it makes sense that that's up there. So I do like that as well. Now this does open up. All right. And you get this really cool, I'm trying to get the light to reflect it, gray and black art. I do like that. That looks really nice. And then, of course, you have the same thing from the front. This will open up and reveal your King Grayskull. So, all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here's King Grayskull. I like the overall look to him. He looks very cool. So like always, we're going to start off with the head sculpt. I like how the face looks. It's a very strong, masculine looking face. You know, sort of a face of authority. So I do like that. And you can see his hair here. You can see how it's tied up at the top. You got braids coming down on the sides and what have you. And some sort of ponytail going on. And back around to the front. Check out the other side. Pretty much the same, except the braids are a little bit lower setting. So overall, I do like the head sculpt for him. I think it looks really nice. All right. Now we're going to start looking at the body. I like the armor. So you have the 2000X style He-Man logo on his chest. That looks really cool. You get all these cool designs. You get some sort of tufts of fur coming out of the shoulder pads. And his belt and everything looks really nice. I love all the attention to detail to this guy. So let's start looking at his points of articulation. So the head does move. All right. There it kind of gets in the way a little bit, but it does move. Get a shoulder joint. Should be a swivel in there. And an elbow joint. You get a wrist joint. Let's get this up. Got a joint here underneath the ribs. And a hip joint. Alright. Should have the standard thigh joint. Swivel. Not much of a swivel, but it is in there. Get a knee joint. Should be some sort of swivel at the top of the boot. It's a little tight, but it is there. And an ankle joint. Alright, so all his joints seem to move pretty well on this guy. No issues with the joints. So let's come around this side here. Let's move this cape out of the way. So I want to show you this. So let's take a good look at this. I'm going to wrap the cape up over here. Try to get the cape up and over for a minute. Doesn't want to cooperate. I'll just hold it with my thumb. But as you can see on his armor here, you get like a snake design that looks pretty cool. Alright, I like that. And it's going to wrap all the way around, so we'll look at that as it wraps around. But yeah, I like that design. Alright, let's bring this arm down so you can see his bracelet here. What have you. Come around to the back. You get a cloth cape. I like this. It's pretty nice. I think the ragged end could have looked a little bit better, but let's get this really up over him. I want to take a look at this piece here. So you look at this design, you can see like from the other side, it's the snakes. You got the two swords clashing. So you have the power sword and you have the evil sword. I forget what Skeletor's sword is called. But the two swords clashing on his tunic here, I guess is what it's called. So that's really nice. I like that. And then it wraps all the way around to this side, just like the other one. So that's some really nice detail. I do like that. Bring this arm down, and you have this gauntlet here. Let's get a good look at that. I like the designs on that. That looks really nice. So I think they did a really good job with the detail on him. Let's get into his accessory. So he comes with two fists. One. And two. Alright. He comes with a battle axe. Now, I like all this Celtic art in there. That looks really nice. I really like that. Plus, you also have the He-Man logo in the center there. Do like that a lot. All right, you got his power sword. And I like that it's a little bit more unique than Adam's or He-Man's. Like, you got this really neat H in the middle here. I like that. The only thing I wish, and we'll spin it around this way to show this, I wish they would have did the wrap on this like they do with some of the other He-Man swords. I really like the wrap look, but it still looks nice. I don't have any beef with it. And you get his shield. And that shield looks beautiful. I love the design to it. I love the Celtic knots going all the way around it and what have you. And then, of course, you have the He-Man logo in the middle. So I like that a lot. I think that looks really, really cool. Alright, so let's start getting into some of these accessories. So we're going to do the sword and shield first. I'm sorry, the sword and axe first. Alright, there's the axe. There's the sword, eventually. Alright, there we go. So as you see, the two weapons fit very well in his hands. No issues there. And now, take this off. Pull this off so we can get the shield on him. Oh, wow. That shield is really big. Hold on, we're going to hold off on that shield for a minute. We're going to just put one of these fists in. Alright. So as you can see, the fists work as well. Now the reason why I held off on this, because this shield, I'll show you in a minute. Let's keep it like this for a minute. So if you look at this, that's really, really wide. Most of the time with these Masters figures, it's like really tight and you have to take the hand off to get the shield on. But that looks pretty loose and that fits in there really, really nice. You may even be able to get away with not even taking the hand off. So now I want to see if I could do this with the axe in hand. Actually, here, let's do it like this. Now everything's stuck. Alright, let's get that the hell out of there. Pop that back on. Put this hand on. Alright. Run the shield through. Alright, yeah, that fits really nice in there. So, as you can see, that fits on there without taking the hand off, because a lot of times I would have to take the hand off to actually get the shield on. So that's pretty wicked. And then you could probably put the axe back in his hand. So now he can also have the shield, sword, and axe on him all at the same time. So I like that a lot. That's really, really wicked cool. I dig that. Alright, so let's get into my final thoughts with him. So, first off, all his joints move very well on him. No issues with any of his joints. I love how all his weapons work with him. Everything works fine. I even like how the shield slips onto his arm very easily. Like I said earlier on in the video, a lot of these master figures, you kind of have to take the hand off to get that, last belt here on. With him, nope. It slid on perfectly. No issues there. And I love the overall look to him. I like all the attention to detail with him, with all the Celtic knots and stuff like that on his armor. That double sword snake pattern that we saw on the back of his, like I said, I think that's a tunic. I could be wrong in that. And I like the detail into his sword. So, with that being said, would I recommend this figure? Absolutely I would. I think he's a really neat looking figure. I feel like he'd be a great piece to go with the rest of your Masters of the Universe collectibles. So with that being said, I hope you all did like this video. If you did, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist, plus my membership program. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. So now I want to give a shout out to everybody who helps support this channel. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego Humongous. They do a lot of extra things that help out with the channel, and he's been a supporter of the channel since it first started. He does have his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday, so go ahead and check out his link in the description. Next on our list is Action Figure Geeks. They're a Reddit channel that I'm part of. They are also a big supporter of this channel. Their link is there as well. And my good buddy Joe Gotti. He just started his own YouTube channel, and he's also been a big supporter of this channel. So check out his link as well. And next on our list is Max and the crew over at Symbiotic Collectibles. He's a store in Reading. He's a big supporter of this channel as well. I have done a couple interviews with him. Really good guy. His links are also in the description as well. And most of all of you. Everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, become members. I really appreciate every single last one of you. Without you guys, this channel would not be what it is today. So, lastly, I just like to ask all of you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. So, until the next one, late.